I'm going to call the meeting to order. Welcome to the Joint Advisory Board Selectmen meeting to discuss the articles for the special and annual town meeting slated for Monday, April 25th. The advisory board is now in session. Michael, I recognize you for your board.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to welcome everyone here, and I'd like to turn it over to Chris Rowland, Chair of the Board of Selectmen, to do some welcoming remarks.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to see a full crowd here to go over this warrant, and my colleague Jim is here, and what? No, that's about all I have to say. So great to see everybody.
Okay, all set. Okay. A few housekeeping notes before we start. This meeting is for information gathering. It is not the forum to tell us if you're for or against an article. All questions must go through me, much like the town meeting and the moderator. As I call on you, please state your name and address and ask your question. Seeing none and/or after doing our best to resolve all questions, we will move on to the next article. The articles we read in their entirety at the town meeting in June, or excuse me, I copied and pasted. I didn't get that one. That was April. Tonight, I will be highlighting the article based upon the description in the table of contents, which is an unnumbered page directly before page 1 for both the special and the annual. I will then go to the sponsor of that particular article for an explanation. In the past, this has expedited the process, but still allowing for discussion if needed. First up is Article 1 on the special town meeting warrant, and that is unpaid bills. Michael?
Mr. Chairman, this is a typical article. These are unpaid bills from the previous fiscal year. The only way they can be paid is to come before a town meeting. They need 9/10 to be paid.
Any questions? Seeing none, I will move on to Article 2, which is Regional School District Approval. Tom Miller?
This is actually a non-binding article. It'll be brought back in the fall, once the agreement is settled. Just a quick synopsis. South Shore Regional, formerly known as South Shore Vocational Technical High School. We've had students go there since the school was started in the 60s. Recently, the last couple years, we're not a member district, so Marshfield is not a member of the regional school district. This article is a preliminary article that will be voted upon in the fall, not only by Marshfield town meeting in the fall, but the other 8 member towns will be brought to their town meetings as well. We need to get 75% of 6 of the 8 to approve in the affirmative, and then we become a member of the region. And our students will then be, a proportional percentage of our students will be allowed to be enrolled at South Shore. Right now, as an outside member, our students are not able to get into the South Shore Regional, formerly South Shore Tech.
Thank you, Tom. Any questions? Seeing none, Article 3, appropriate unexpended capital funds from the senior center project. Michael?
Mr. Chairman, this article, as folks know, back in November of 2019, we did the debt exclusion to do the addition on the senior center, a new police station, DPW facility, and seawalls. The senior center project is substantially complete. We left some money in the account, but the majority of the funds we're going to take back under Mass General Laws. I saw the site. Mass General Laws, Chapter 44, Section 20. You take the capital funds back. They go into a capital fund account because they have to be spent on a like project. They're going to go into the town hall renovations. We have to replace the 4 bathrooms, some other improvements that we're going to be making in the almost 60-year-old building.
Good, great, thank you. Any questions? Okay, seeing none. Number 4, appropriate unexpended capital funds from the Spring Street Water Main Project. Is that DPW? Is that Tom?
Yes.
Yes.
This is unexpected funds from the 2016 article for water main replacement on Spring Street, and we just wanted to transfer these funds to another water main project.
Great, thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, Article 5, transfer of town-owned land, dog park. Michael?
Mr. Chairman, this is a piece of land that's located at 89 Rockwood Road. If you're wondering where that is, it's to the right of the Boys and Girls Club at the end of the P&B dirt parking lot. There is a trapezoid piece of land It's about 2.25 acres, and it's a much better suited site for a dog park. As folks may remember, we have a piece of land that's up on a slant going down that the initial cost to make improvements to that piece of land was about $850,000. So one of the ways to get the cost down is to get a flatter piece of land. This was a flat piece of land that's owned by the town. Board of Selectmen voted that they have no longer any use for that piece of land, so we're asking town meeting to take a vote to allow the dog park to go there.
Great, thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, Article 6, adopt Schedules A and B of personal bylaws. Michael?
So we made some updates into Schedule A. We added an upgrade to the beach administrator, so we redid the schedule there. And on Schedule B, which is for part-time and seasonals, we made a number of adjustments into our hourly rates to be more competitive with some of the other cities and towns around us.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, Article 7, free cash disbursement. Michael?
Article 7, this is a standard free cash disbursement. We're going to be dispersing $1,741,460 from certified free cash on a number of projects. We have underground storage tanks at the airport, funding shortfalls for a multi-use sports court at the Boys and Girls Club, which is on town land. Purchasing some vehicles, 2 pickup trucks with plows, and 2 sidewalk machines for the DPW, complete street grant funding for the DPW, dredging of town waterways, some match for Harbor Master DeMayo. We have a number of school projects for about $375,000. We have some funding for cafeteria startup at the new senior center. If anyone's looking for a place to go to lunch, that's a great place to go. Storm equipment storage for the DPW on each end of town. We've had to adjust the gas account by $125,000. And equipment maintenance for the DPW. Town maintenance for our facilities, we have to add some more money to there. Overtime for the fire department, covering fire department retirement. Add some additional funds back into the reserve fund, and we're putting $100,000 into the stabilization fund.
Great. Thank you. Any questions?
Question.
Question, go ahead.
So, excuse me, so the cafeteria startup is not considered a capital project, so the million that you're saving on the center improvements, this couldn't come from that?
That is correct. This is for like dishes and silverware.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, seeing none. Article 8, pilot agreement of PV carports at Marshfield Fairgrounds. Is that you, Michael?
Yes, and Anne Marie's here if I miss anything, but it's a very simple article. This allows the assessor to be able to capture tax money through a pilot program on the carports that are being installed at the fairgrounds.
Great. Thank you. Any questions? Okay, seeing none. Article 9, community preservation article, dog park funding. Is that you, Michael?
It can be.
CPC?
It can be.
Is
It's
anybody here from the CPC?
if no one's here, I'll do it. So this is funding. The CPC voted to fund $175,000 to help the dog park.
Okay. Any questions? Seeing none. Article 10, community preservation article, Harbor Park Trail. So it could be
Harbor Master.
Michael, go ahead. You bet. Yeah, just a quick explanation would be great.
1,500 potential linear walking path, past the recreation trail. Then we'll link into the parking lot, kind of tying it up to the existing parking lot that we have there. Which is CBC funded 2 previous projects for that. So it's past the recreation trail has kind of been there overgrown. So we're looking to bring it back, get it back online with stone dust, similar to other trails that are in town as well.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Seeing none. Article 11, solid waste budget amendment. Is that Tom?
Yes, this is, this article is, last year, the budgets were put together before we had received our increase from the solid waste substantial, and we need these funds in order to pay expected bills throughout the rest of the year.
Any questions? Seeing none, go ahead. Somebody say anything? No? Okay. Seeing none, Article 12, authorize solid waste curbside collection services contract negotiation. Is that Tom, is that you as well?
Article 12 is our 3 years are up with our previous contract with our solid waste vendor, and we've negotiated a new contract, and we need to come before the board, the town meeting in order to get it voted on. It's for 3 years with 2 additional 1-year extensions, so it requires.
Okay.
Next question.
You may. Creek?
Tom, is it the same company you have now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions? All right. Seeing none, Article 13, rate study for quarterly billing for water, sewer, and trash.
This article is for a study with a consultant on board to prepare the department for quarterly billing through the munis finance system.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, Article 13, emergency repairs to wastewater generators. Tom?
That is, this article is to do emergency repairs on a number of generators that have gone down since the storm back in January.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, Article 15, acceptance of MGL 4022.
So this allows us, deals with municipal lien certificates. Anyone that moves property is familiar with municipal lien. We're one of the lowest charging communities. We only charge $25. To be more competitive, we went to the Board of Selectmen. The Board of Selectmen supported the increase. All the other communities around us, there was a whole list of them, and it's $50. So we're if this passes, we'll be able to charge $50, which is the going rate now for a municipal lien certificate.
Okay, thank you. Question? Yes, go ahead.
This is Article 15?
This is.
Yes.
So the statute reads more broader than municipal liens. Like, is there anything else we plan or will do with it?
We're only interested in municipal liens. But that is the statute that does that and other things, but we're only honing in on municipal lien.
All set, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay. Any further questions? Seeing none, Article 16, emergency sewer repairs. Michael?
No, this is borrowing for the DPW. As folks know, there was a break in the sewer pipe on Plymouth Avenue. DPW had to do emergency repairs. They have to tackle the whole problem, and in order to do that, they estimate, they've estimated like it's probably a $3 million project. We've met with the bond council, and we need to go out to borrow those funds, so we need the town meeting to support this article. This will allow us to borrow $3 million to make that repair.
Okay. Any questions? Seeing none, Article 17, creation of senior center revolving fund. Is that you, Michael?
Yep. Yes, Mr. Chairman. So revolving fund is so that they'll be self-supporting. Revolving fund would be for the kitchen that's there and for any of the other programs that the senior center charges. The funds will go in there and they'll make themselves self-supporting. They'll have money to go out and buy continual groceries and any other services that go along with that.
Okay, great. Any questions? All right, seeing none, we'll close off the special. We'll move to the annual. First article is receive reports from town officers and committees. Michael?
This is just a very standard article. It's every year just to accept the annual report.
Yes.
Every department submits what their department did in the previous fiscal year.
Gotcha. Any questions? Helps keep me down the line. Okay. Article 2, set compensation for elected officials. Michael?
And that's just what this is. This is the article that funds the elected officials and our town clerk and moderator.
Great. Any
Yeah.
question? Keith?
How come we're not adjusting the selectmen's elected salaries?
We
all-
haven't, yeah,
it's
we
not what we
haven't.
do.
Yeah, we haven't. You know, it's, certainly I can talk to the selectmen to see, but it hasn't been a driving force to raise any of the salaries. Other than, we did make a modest adjustment to the town moderator that was paid $92 to attend three meetings.
But the assessor shouldn't be the highest. I understand why and
Yeah,
how. it-
no, I know.
I just think it's symbolic for our town leaders, that's all.
Thank you.
All right. Any questions? Seeing none. Article 3, FY 2023 Omnibus Budget.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, this is the most important thing why people come to town meeting, and this is the budget to operate all the services the town government provides. However, there's a Scribner's error, so we're gonna have to make a couple of adjustments. In DPW FY '23 request, that number down the bottom, $3,027,902,
Hold on a second, Michael. What page you on?
page 5.
Page 5. Thank you. There we go. All right. I think I spoke for everybody there. All right.
Page 5, DPW total.
Yes.
So we had to make adjustments in the maintenance account, and somehow when it went to the printer, it wasn't carried over to this number, so I'm gonna have to offer an amendment on the floor to increase this by $50,000. The correct number is $3,077,902.
Say it again, please.
$3,077,902.
Okay. Thank you.
And then, if you turn to page 8, on the very bottom of that article where it says total budget appropriation request,
Yes.
that 106, 270, 224 will need to be increased by the 50,000 also. So that changes that number to $106,320,224.
Great. Thank you. She doesn't go through this all right.
25, I am told by the treasurer collector in the rounding, it should be $25.
225.
225.
As it is in Appendix B.
Okay.
Okay.
So we sync out to Appendix B.
Okay. Gotcha. Does anybody have any questions on any particular budgets? All right. Okay. Seeing none. Article 4, fiscal year 2023 Omnibus Capital Budget.
I don't think anyone's here from capital budget. This is the standard capital budget. All the articles have been voted on by capital budget. And if you look at the box, it's the same system we use every year. There's a department project, the amount requested, capital budget recommendation, and then the funding source.
Gotcha. Great. Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none. Article 5, revolving fund. Michael.
Mr. Chairman, this is the standard Article 5, sets the maximum on the revolving funds for those departments that have revolving fund accounts.
Great. Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none. Article 6, Chapter 90 funds. Tom. Tom, is that you? Article 6 in the annual. It is the Chapter 90 funds, sponsored by the Board of Public Works.
Money, that's a housekeeping article, that has to be voted by town meeting in order to accept the money.
Gotcha. Great. Thank you.
There may be monies coming available, the winter road recovery program, part of the governor's supplemental budget. And I don't, it's supposed to go before them this year, I mean, this week, but I'm just wondering if that could be piggybacked onto this article, accept that money also.
Okay.
I'll defer to town council.
There's probably an amendment just for the funds.
Fine.
Fine?
Yep.
Okay. And a few words. Okay, any questions on Article, this thing is throwing me off. All right. Any other questions, Article 6? Forgot where the heck I was. Okay, Article 7, Marshfield Cable Television, PEG Access Services. This is annoying.
Yep, and Mr. Chairman, this, I don't think I need the microphone. This article is also housekeeping, so the money that we get from the cable rates funds the PEG access, and we need town meeting just to approve this article. For anyone that doesn't know, PEG access, public, education, and government channels.
Great, thank you. Any questions? Okay, I gotta shut that off, that's driving me nuts. Seeing none, Article 8, amend zoning bylaws, section 304-5.04, number 3, community facilities. Is that you, Michael, or the planning board? Is that you, Greg?
That's the planning board.
So we have a for-profit school interested in coming to the town. Our zoning bylaws right now is written that nonprofit or public schools or religious schools are allowed. So this would allow a for-profit school. The site is up near where the dog park would have been, right next to it, up on Commerce Way. So that's what this article is about.
Thank you. Any questions, Article 8?
What's the for-profit school, like, well,
It's a special education school.
Any other questions? Seeing none, Article 9, amend zoning bylaw, section 305-5.04, number 4, community facilities. Is that you, Greg?
So this one is actually just to get us in line with the state law for child daycare facilities. State law says that it has to be allowed in all districts. We didn't have that language in there, so we're including it now. There is also a daycare, childcare facility up at the top of Commerce Way and Proprietors Drive being proposed. So we're expecting something along, on that side as well.
Okay, thanks. Any questions on Article 9? Seeing none, Article 10, amend town code, Chapter 35, changing selectmen to select board.
And Mr. Chairman, it's very
Yes.
simple. This is the last of the changes necessary to have the Marshfield Board of Selectmen to be referred to as the Select Board, and also referred to as members of the Select Board.
Thanks. Any questions? Seeing none, Article 11, accept MGL Chapter 59, Section 5, Clause 41C and 41D exemptions. Do we have somebody from the assessors here? Hey,
This will just allow us to be able to increase the senior exemption income and asset limit using the consumer index every year. Right now, it's for income, it's $20,000 for a single and $30,000 for a married couple. This will allow it to increase slightly every single year to hopefully allow more seniors to be able to qualify for it. $20,000 and $30,000 is a little on the low side, and it also adjusts the asset criteria as well. So.
great.
Question? So this would no longer have to come to town meeting annually? You'd be allowed to make that adjustment annually with this vote?
I'd have to refer that to Attorney Galvin.
I'm not sure I understand the question.
So, trying to understand the article is, would a town meeting vote on this allow this increase or adjustment to be done annually without having to come back to town meeting?
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none. Article 12, community preservation article. Is that going to be you, Michael?
This, Mr. Chairman, so this is the standard community preservation disbursements of the CPA dollars. As everyone knows, 3% on their bill goes to open space, to recreation, and historic properties. And this is, there's a number of projects. There's the standard set aside is $254,664 for affordable housing, for open space and recreation and historic. There's $82,000 for administrative expenses. There's a number of other projects. I won't read, everyone has to read it.
Does anybody have any questions on any of the projects at all? No, okay.
Who's on the back?
Yes.
Anybody here from CPC?
Anybody? Stand up if you are. No. Thank you. Okay, seeing none. Article 13, repurchase certain unused and unwanted burial plots and graves. Tom?
This is an annual buyback article to people to the
Maybe this will be one night. Maybe this will be one night.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none. Article 14, it's a petition article. Is the petitioner here? All right. We'll move on.
I have a question.
Oh, let's go.
Mr. Galvin, is this legal?
Probably not.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Seeing none. Article 15, a resolution article. Is the petitioner here?
No, these are not binding anyways.
All right. All right, then. Any questions? Obviously, the question is. Article 16, that means she is no longer here. She's not here either, so,
President,
yeah. Yeah.
why are resolutions being presented as articles?
Have to ask her.
We always do that.
We always do that.
We put them on at the end.
We put them at the end.
They might be labeled with an
You hear
article,
him? I
but
don't-
it's just a placeholder.
Will the resolution be part of the town meeting
No.
No one's known about it.
15 and 16, which is automatically approved?
At the end,
Last two measures.
which is traditionally the way we handle it.
They've never been here before.
Okay, that is all I have for the joint meeting. The advisory board will still be in session. We have some things that we're voting on. What's that? Okay, more than likely, the advisory board will be voting next Tuesday. That will be posted on the calendar at the town of Marshfield site.
Why not have?
I think it's Tuesday, but we have to vote on when we're gonna vote as well. So, if you wanna stick around for that, lots of fun. There's some waters over there. If not, meeting adjourned for the joint meeting of the advisory board and selectmen. Thank you.